This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome everyone to the Monday edition of Quality Hang. As always, I'm joined on this broadcasting adventure by my brother, my partner in crime, my friend, and yours. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, dog?
What's happening, man? What's good? How we treating you? Hope you had a great weekend.
I most certainly did. How about yours? What'd you get into?
Not a whole hell of a lot. I really kind of chilled this past weekend, thankfully. I sat around and tried to watch a little bit of sports. I was going to go to the week movies, but I ended up not being able to go because I had some other stuff to do. So I'm going to have to take a rain check on it and then, catch a matinee.
You know what? You did it right. I mean, I guess I'm just going to say it. I mean, because we amongst friends. I actually watched preseason football live and in person.
It's got to happen sometimes.
I went down to Levi's and I watched football that didn't count.
Well, at least you went to the stadium, although that's a hell of a trek.
Oh, I feel so dirty. I feel so unclean. Oh, I need to take that shower that Meryl Streep took in Silkwood, where she was just trying to get everything off of her. I watched preseason football. We will get into all things Niners and more. But first, as always, we start the show by thanking our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from. Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato, and in all 3 locations, they all do the same great things. Fantastic food from a wildly diverse menu and a craft beer selection that is absolutely out of this world, and a live music selection at all 3 venues that is absolutely out of this world as well, because not only do they get acts from around the country that make going to one of the 3 Hop Monk venues that I mentioned a part of their national touring strategy, if you will. Hop Monk is a great place for local musicians and local artists to see and be seen, and you should go be seeing them too. Check them out online at hopmonk.com to see what they have coming up live music-wise. Matter of fact, I passed by the Hop Monk in Sebastopol on the way home Saturday night from watching the Niners and the Broncos play a game that absolutely did not count, and I was mad because when I saw it, I'm like, I should have been there. Someone did, I forget the name of the group, did an Ozzy Black Sabbath tribute at the Hop Monk in Sebastopol. That is right up my alley. I know, right? I know that was dope, man. So, because listen, anybody that's willing to play Black Sabbath and sing Ozzy in public, you got to know what you're doing. Because if you don't, you will get talked about badly. So I know I missed something cool. So don't be like me, where you choose preseason football in your career over seeing some cool stuff like a Black Sabbath Ozzy tribute band at Hop Monk. Check them out online at hopmonk.com. Definitely follow them on all the socials so you can be updated on cool stuff like Black Sabbath tribute bands. And definitely stop by one of the 3 locations that Hop Monk has in the North Bay, Novato, Sebastopol, or in Sonoma. All right. Let us get into it. We start with your San Francisco 49ers. And for the Niners right now, Marcus, the injury situation is starting to reach the critical stage. Now, fortunately, no frontline players have suffered any injuries. I'm going to knock on wood here.
Always a plus.
And let's hope it stays that way. But the depth players and the rookies are absolutely under siege right now. Over 20 Niner players are injured to the point where they cannot participate in training camp. And the news dropped today that rookie wide receiver Jordan Watkins, who's had an excellent camp, and caught a 50-yard pass to set up the only Niners touchdown in the game against the Broncos on Saturday. Jordan Watkins suffered a high ankle sprain during that game, but didn't feel it until the next day.
Ooh.
And he was diagnosed with a high ankle sprain, and he's going to be out for at least a month. So that's the latest Niner injury news, and it hits the wide receiving core, Marcus, and that's already a spot.
At least a month, because those high ankle sprains,
they are absolutely nothing to fool with. It's like it's like turf toe back in the day. It sounded benign, but it was painful. Turf toe ruined careers. High ankle sprains, it sounds benign. It's a high ankle sprain. I mean, really, you're talking about something that was that close to being a fracture. So the Niners wide receiving core is already one of the thinner units on that squad, and it just took another hit today with Watkins having that high ankle sprain revealed.
That's crazy, dude. I feel like the Niners are just snake bit with injuries the last 5 years.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because I found this, and this confirms what you're saying. And I think it's just part of football. There are a lot of folks out there saying the Niners training staff should be fired. The Niners training staff and their training facilities is over the last few years, league-wide, been thought of as one of the best groups, their medical group, their sports performance group. So it's nothing along those lines. It's not Kyle Shanahan abusing his players. I saw some of that idiocy floating around as well. To me, it's just football. But to your point, Marcus, that over these last 8 years, 6 to 8 years now, injuries have been a problem for the Niners. So check this out here. We'll start at 2018. The Niners were the fourth most injured team, only won 4 games that year. Now, 2019, they were the 6th most injured, but they went to the Super Bowl and lost it, winning 13 games in the process. 2020, they were the number 1 most injured team in the NFL. The Niners only won 6 games that season. 2021 is the outlier, where the Niners were the 3rd most injured team, but they won 10 games that season, got to the NFC Championship game, but basically ran out of bodies and ran out of gas. You see 22 and 23 NFC Championship game. Obviously, the big injury that season was losing 2 big injuries. Jimmy Garoppolo getting hurt. That brought in Brock Purdy. Thank you very much. And then Brock Purdy getting hurt at the very beginning of the NFC Championship game. And then in 2024, the Niners were the number 1 most injured team in the league and only had 6 wins. So when the Niners get injured, and you could say this about any team, but it really does seem more of an acute problem or issue for the Niners. When the Niners are a heavily injured team, it's a bad season for them. So
this is an ugly pattern, though. Like I'm not like a conspiracy theory guy. I don't think there's anything particularly maybe wrong with the coaching or the medical staff, but I gotta wonder, maybe the field or something like that. This is insane.
No,
this is insane. Like the outlier is that it's not in the top 10. That they're not in the top 10. That's the outlier.
Right.
Everything else, 4, 6, 1, 3, 1, 9. This is crazy.
I think a lot of it. Listen. Okay, so let's kind of go through some of the big injuries. Brandon Ayuk, I'm just kind of going through them up top of my head. Brandon Ayuk, that's football. When Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt, that was just a football injury. There's nothing you can do, unfortunately, about a guy getting shot in a botched robbery attempt. What happened to Ricky Pearsall last year? A lot of injuries are soft tissue injuries. To me, it really does just boil down to bad luck. It has nothing to do with guys tearing up Achilles tendons because the practice field or the field at Levi's is in bad shape. Matter of fact, guys get hurt, and this happened to the Niners. I think it was Bosa. They got hurt playing on that horrible surface in New Jersey where the Jets and the Giants play. So I Christian McCaffrey.
Have they been playing on a bunch of? No, this is just. Have they played on a bunch of turf?
No more than usual. What it boils down to, the Niners have played. Especially going from 2019, okay, particularly 2022, 2023, and then this bled into 2024. Think
Mhm.
about all of the games that they've played, and they've all been very intense, high leverage games.
Sure.
Okay, regular season games going into the playoffs. To me, this is a product of long, sustained, year after year, deep playoff runs.
Yeah, but the Chiefs, they've
But the
been to
Chiefs, what?
5 Super Bowls. They've had, I mean, are they having this same type of injury?
I mean, I don't know what their injury situation is, but
I think they had a
probably
rough
not
year.
to the
I think
extent
they had a rough year last year. I think last year they had a rough injury season.
sure, but not to the
Um,
extent of the Niners, as you're
I would
pointing
be
out.
curious so what the least injured team is,
Hmm.
because that would be really fascinating. The least injured is watch it be like a team like the Panthers, healthy as hell.
I just think it's football, quite frankly. But though, to your point, this happened to the Niners last year, where they just started to run out of bodies at this
Mhm.
point in training camp. I don't know if you remember last year, the Niners were going to engage in joint practice against the Saints. And the Niners called off that joint practice because they had the
Dang, I
exact
don't-
same
yeah.
injury situation. Now, it was to more frontline guys for the Niners here. You know, this is happening to rookies and backup players for the most part. But this exact same situation happened to the Niners last year, again, where they had to cancel that planned joint practice, the always valuable, more so than preseason games, joint practice against the Saints. There is no indication whatsoever. I want to make this abundantly clear that the Niners are planning to bow out of the joint practices they got coming up with the Raiders before the preseason game in Vegas this upcoming weekend. But you know, again, this is not out of the ordinary, unfortunately, but it kind of goes to what you're saying, Marcus, is this sure does seem to happen to the Niners a lot.
Yeah, it's such a strange phenomenon. But you know, maybe that deal with the Devils started to cash in.
Well, I mean, you know, if you're gonna make a deal with the devil, you're supposed to win at least one Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, you gotta get at least one.
Yeah.
At least one. Maybe they said, "Let me get there. Just let me get there."
No, like I said, I think it's simply just to football. But boy, this graphic here that I just threw up, it sure does make you go, really?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. But at this point, again, no frontline players for the Niners are dealing with any injuries, and let's keep it that way. The game against the Broncos, I don't know if you saw it, but just being there and watching it, the Niners rookies and backups outplayed the Broncos starters. And again, the Broncos, they played their frontline guys. Okay, they played first team offense, first team defense in the first quarter, all the first quarter, and going into the second quarter. But the Niners, like I said, rookies and backups, because the Niners didn't play their top guys. They dominated the Broncos starters on both sides of the ball. Niners scoring a touchdown on an 8-play, 71-yard drive. They started Mac Jones.
Broncos did? No,
No. The Broncos started Bo Nix. They played. The only starter that didn't play for the Broncos was Dre Greenlaw. He's the only guy. Everybody else, they were all Broncos starters. Now, again, it's the first preseason game. I'm not saying that because the Niners backups and rookies outplayed the Broncos starters. That oh my God, it's his first preseason game. But I do think it's important if we're talking about evaluating, and that's what these preseason games are supposed to be about. I do think it's important to point out that the Niners rookies and backups went up against the Broncos first team guys on both sides of the ball, and they were successful. Now, once you got past the Niners guys that they are going to count on, the rookies that they expect to make a big splash, and I want to detail some of those guys in a second, and their top backups, the drop off was pretty severe. Okay. So that's why it went from the Niners, being up 9-0 with that touchdown and a safety. Then it ended up being 30-9. But like I said, for the Niners rookies and backups to play the way that they did against the Broncos starters, albeit in the first preseason game, I think you take that and you run with it.
Absolutely. I mean, they can spin any way you want to. Your backup is not supposed to be beating your starters. That's not supposed to be happening. I don't
No.
care what's going on.
No.
So Sean Payton got some issues.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they necessarily have issues because first and foremost, that Broncos defense was pretty good last year. It's going to be just as good this year. It's again, it's the first preseason game. I did have to laugh that the Bo Nix I saw on Saturday night at the game, that was the Bo Nix I saw at Auburn. I don't know who that Bo Nix was at Oregon that eventually parlayed that 1 year into getting drafted and now being the starting quarterback for the Broncos. But that Bo Nix I saw on Saturday night, that's the guy I fell in love with at Auburn. But that Broncos squad, particularly defensively, is going to be good. I think for the Niners that to have your rookies and frontline backups, even though that is that's an oxymoron, to have those guys play the way that they did. And I'm going to point some guys out. I mentioned Jordan Watkins, with that 50-yard reception on third down to set up the Niners' first touchdown. Watkins has had a great camp, and he is going to factor when he's healthy in that Niners wide receiver room. Safety Marquise Siegel had a very good game, 7 tackles.
Wow.
And he's had a great camp as well. I mean, he's been that rookie star on the other side of the ball, just like Jordan Watkins. Siegel got reps with the first team defense today. And Kyle Shanahan said after practice that Siegel has a chance to start in week 1. Yeah.
Is he strong safety or free safety?
Free safety. Free safety.
He's got 7 tackles?
Yeah. No, he was everywhere on Saturday night. And safety is a position, with the Niners having some injuries there. Malik Mustafa is the first name you think of. But safety is a position where the Niners, if they can find they can find some people who can play, they are going to fast track that guy to success. Defensive tackle Sebastian Valdez flashed. He had 4 tackles, half a sack, tackle for loss. Defensive line depth is something the Niners are definitely looking for. Just going back to how they drafted in the offseason. Valdez wasn't as highly drafted as some of the other guys like Michael Williams, but if you could get some depth out of Valdez, you'd be very happy with that. CJ West, the guy I really kept my eye on, big run stuff and defensive tackle. I thought he played very, very well. Fought off double teams, ate up blocks, allowed other guys to make plays, which is what you want a player of his type to do. So I thought that was something that was very important and jumped out at me. Connor Colby on that offensive line, he did his job. Corey Kiner, Niners looking for running back depth as they've got some injuries there. He looked good. He looked explosive. And shout out a couple of more guys here before we move on. Not rookies, but guys that the Niners have had in the mix that they'd like to get some big production out of this year. Kalia Davis, defensive tackle, looked really good. And Chase Lucas, DB, he was all over the field on Saturday. So, it's first preseason game. If the Niners are going to win, it's going to be because of Brock Purdy. It's going to be because of Trent Williams and Fred Warner, and keep going on down the obvious list. But part of the reason that the Niners have been oft injured over these last few years, and part of the reason that the Niners have not had the success they wanted in certain years, is because they didn't have depth. They hurt themselves when they gave up all those draft picks for Trey Lance, and not to re-adjudicate that whole deal, but this is the year, this is the offseason, this was the draft where the Niners were really able to stockpile some depth. And you notice the first thing they did over and over and over again was go after defensive players in the draft. To see some of these guys that I mentioned flash and look good in the first preseason game against Broncos starters, I think you take it and you run with it.
Yeah, man, you got to. At this point, it's just all eyes moving ahead. Everybody looking at the same thing. Let's try to get this thing off to a good start, dude. Right? You can't even worry at this point.
Yeah. Escobar, you think Lucas and Stout are going to be the backups? Upton Stout he's going to start. He's going to start at nickelback. And now, with the way the NFL is, everybody starts with 3 wide receivers. So you're going to have that nickelback out there. Upton Stout, who didn't play because of calf tightness. Again, another player, as we mentioned, one of the over 20 that have sustained an injury to keep them out of practice or not playing the first preseason game. Upton Stout's going to start. Lucas, back up, yeah, if he makes the team. But Upton Stout going to start. You ain't got to worry about that.
That's going to be, well, I mean, listen, that defense is going to be pretty good this year for the 49ers.
Yeah. If they can get it right.
Robert Saleh's back too.
Yeah, that's why I was focused on CJ West. Because he's had a really good camp. People have been talking about him. And one of the problem for the Niners last year defensively was they would just get gashed up the middle by opposing run games. And it would get to the fourth quarter where teams would just run the same play over and over.
You stop it when you can.
Stop it because they couldn't. And they couldn't. They did not have the defensive interior line presence to do anything about it. So teams were just stunting on the Niners, just running at them over and over and over again up the middle. And then you get to the fourth quarter, and it would just be a free-for-all. I think of the game against the Cardinals at Levi's, where in the fourth quarter, the Niners were absolutely defenseless to do anything about James Conner in that run game. And they were getting hurt, particularly up the middle. So that's why you draft a guy like CJ West. And to see him get double teamed, eat up those blocks, but still be very physical and allow the linebackers behind him to make the play. If he can do that, Fred Warner and D Winters, who I think is going to be the inside linebacker opposite Fred Warner, those guys are going to enjoy that the entire season.
You know, the other little thing, I'm expecting a bounce back season for Brock Purdy. It's not like he had a crappy season last year. The entire team was down, and even though folks tried to pin it on him, but with Trent being back, I'm expecting to see a significant rise in production from Purdy and the offense.
Hey, man, Christian McCaffrey being back is going to help.
That too.
Check downs and screen passes. You know how much better of a quarterback you are when you could go, I'm gonna get a ball to Christian McCaffrey. You go do your thing, dog. Because if he scores a touchdown, that goes on Brock Purdy's record too. So no, you're 100% correct about that. If the Niners are not nearly as injured as they were last year, they're going to be a better team. But they have to get production from the rookies defensively. Michael Williams, CJ West, Upton Stout. Who's the other guy, the linebacker, Nick Martin, even though I think it's going to take some time for him to get going. If the Niners are going to be a better version of themselves, definitely than they were last year, it's the stars, but they have to find a way to show some depth and to show some flashes in the guys that they just drafted. That's just the world that they live in right now.
Amen, brother. You can't hit it on the hit the nail on the head any harder than that. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, man. So Niners got one more practice tomorrow, then an off day as they travel to Vegas, and then they will get ready and engage in that joint practice with the Raiders for the second preseason game.
These shortened preseasons they're just weird to me now.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you enjoy it because you get to the season quicker, but it's still odd, and maybe it's just because I'm old at this point. I'm just old. I'm used to those games. Used to be 5 of them. Didn't there used to be 5?
Used to be 6.
Golly.
Used to be 6.
That's when they had to play themselves into shape. And all
exactly. That's when guys had jobs in the off season and smoked a pack a day. That you had to get those guys in shape to play regular season football. Now, obviously, nobody comes in out of shape. Nobody. You out of shape? You out of a job? No.
Fines galore.
Yeah, they don't even fine you now. They just cut you. They just cut you. Oh goodness! Quick Giants update here. A little while ago, Rafael Devers hit a solo home run and was looking pretty okay for the Giants. Had it tied 1-1. Logan Webb on the mound. You feeling okay with that? The San Diego Padres have just jumped out to a 4-1 lead in the top of the 7th. Logan Webb just giving up a 2-run home run to Fermin. So the Giants, who are kind of in a bad way right now, whereas they still have a chance to make the playoffs, but the type of baseball that they're playing doesn't lead you to believe that they're going to make the playoffs. As it stands right now, Giants are 59-59, 4 games back of the Mets for the third wild card. So you're saying, all right, that ain't that bad. You got to jump over 2 teams just to get to the Mets and Cincinnati and the St. Louis Cardinals. Giants lost.
It sucks to be playing the Padres because they're the Padres.
They're the
And
Padres.
no matter
They're only a couple of games behind the Dodgers for NL West supremacy, and the Giants have to see the Padres for 7 of the next 10 games, starting with
the Padres their only position is to be an annoyance because they're never winning anything.
They're the Clippers.
They're just there to annoy your team.
They're
and
the Clippers.
You play them at the worst time, and they put them L's on you, and you get pissed off because you know damn well they're not going to do nothing else but annoy you in the regular season.
The Giants lost 2 or 3 to the Nationals, the lowly Washington Nationals last weekend, and played probably the worst game of the season. They're taking Logan Webb out 4-1. Padres on top of the Giants in the 7th, only 1 out. Bases empty. But the Giants played their worst home game of the season, losing 8-0 to, as I mentioned, the lowly Nationals yesterday. Just not good at all, and it's not getting better currently for the Giants. So we'll keep you updated as this game progresses. But hey, it's getting closer and closer to fully focusing in on football season around here in the Bay Area because don't look like it's it for the Giants this year.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. Poor Bob Melvin is going to be the guy blamed for it, but I don't think this is on him.
Well, it depends on who you ask.
Well, that's obviously always the case, but I don't know. You put another manager in there. Is this team winning?
Yeah, it's.
Are they going to be winning anything? I don't know if they are.
I had a conversation. I went to the game on Friday. Well, not go to the game. I had to do some stuff for NBC Sports Bay Area pregame on Friday. But I had a very interesting conversation with someone. I don't want to mention their name because I literally said, hey, off the record, tell me what you think about this team. But trust me when I say this, that this person qualifies as a baseball expert, has many, many years of Major League Baseball experience, and is going to go to the Hall of Fame in the next few years. I really believe that. Can't tell you his name because he wasn't critical of the Giants. He was just being real about the Giants. So I asked this baseball expert what he thought of the Giants, and he said they don't do anything great. Okay. They're not particularly fast. They don't, they're not a team where you say, man, them dudes can hit. Okay.
Yep.
They're not a team where pitching wise, and we saw it today, Logan Webb's your ace, and Logan Webb got chased out, and now Lucchese's in the top of the 7th, when you had a game that was tied at 1-1. They don't pitch particularly well. Their starters are not deep because of injury and also because of guys underperforming. The bullpen, which was great, one of statistically the best bullpens in the league first couple of months of the season, the bullpen is not as good as it used to be. They are at times comical, the Giants, on the base paths, particularly Ramos. God bless him, but watching him run the bases is like watching a sugared up toddler. It's crazy. And the Giants defensively at times have been terrible. Yeah. So he said, because it's not for lack of trying. And they do have talent in certain places, but they don't do anything great. He says, if you don't have anything that you can hang your hat on, pitching, defense, speed, whatever, tenacity, whatever you want to call it, stuff that you can't necessarily quantify. If you don't have any of that, you're not going anywhere. And I defy anyone to challenge what this baseball expert told me in confidence. And I hope I'm keeping it confident, but what this person told me on Friday, and it's not a rip of the Giants. It's not a slam of the Giants. I think it's a fairly honest assessment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very fair. I mean, does anybody disagree with that? I mean, they can't hang their hat on anything. And you know what? When you are a team that doesn't do anything great, you get the team that you get.
Yeah.
A mediocre 500 team. I'm not shocked at all. I don't think that a coaching change or a managerial change is going to change because you still got the same talent. And I just don't know if. I mean, a lot of times we place expectations on teams thinking that we have a certain level of talent when the reality does not match it.
Yeah.
Reality does not match it. And this may be that case. And let's be honest, at least from my perspective, when they were doing really well, I thought they were playing out of their minds. Great.
They're
a mediocre team this year.
There is there is evidence to back up what you're saying. The Giants I think they started the season, was it 8-1, 10-1? They started the season very well. And then after that hot start, and then into the All-Star break, the Giants were statistically a dead even team. And where are they right now? 59-59.
59-59.
So, you is who you is, partner. That's who you is. Let's move on to college football, a sport that I am particularly a fan of. The AP Top 25 preseason poll came out today, and as you can see, the Texas Longhorns, let me go ahead and throw a horns down there for you. Texas Longhorns are the Associated Press top 25 ranked team with a game yet to be played. Out of the last 21, Marcus, teams that were ranked number 1 to start the season, 19 of them did not win college football's national championship. So I say to that, chances are the Texas Longhorns are not going to win the college football national championship.
When was the last time the number 1 team at the start of the season finished the year as the champion?
I mean, it had to have been one of those Alabama teams.
One of the Alabama squads.
Right? One of those Alabama squads, yeah. But not that this is a death sentence, but again, out of the last 21, 19 didn't win the national championship. It doesn't bode well. I can also tell you that the number 2 team is not going to win the national championship this year because ain't no way a James Franklin-led team, that being Penn State, ranked number 2 in this AP Top 25 preseason, is going to win a national championship because James Franklin can't coach his way out of a wet paper bag.
Not a fan of James Franklin.
Not a fan of James Franklin at all.
I thought they were overrated last year, so I think the same will occur this year, my friend. Ohio State would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's back-to-back national championships is going to be hard. And all of this is going to look very different by the time we get to January. Let me just, for folks who are listening and not watching, I'll just give you the top 10. Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, the Fighting Tigers of Louisiana State University, and the Miami Hurricanes. So this is
any surprises up there in that top 25?
No, I was just about to say these are the usual suspects. Maybe you want to say Miami is a surprise at number 10. Should Arizona State have been ranked number 10 considering the season they had last year? I don't know if it has anything to do with this season. I don't know. But I mean, these are the blue bloods. These are the top teams in all of college football. So to me, even though a game is yet to be played, I think this is a fairly representative and accurate assessment as to who the top 10 teams in the country are without a game yet to be played.
Every year, a couple of these top 25 teams end up being massive disappointments. Who you got?
I mean,
who you got? Somebody's going to finish outside the top 25.
Finish out. I don't know if out of these top 10, any of them are going to finish outside of the top 25.
No, not the top 10, just the teams that are in the top 25.
Oh, that are in the top 25?
Yeah.
OU's not going to make the top 25. Ranked 18, OU, I promise you, OU is not going to be in the top 25 when this season is over. Indiana, Indiana, last year's surprise team, is not going to be in the top 25
What now?
when this season is over.
Okay.
I'm looking here.
That's a pretty ballsy call.
What, Indiana?
Yeah.
I mean, Indiana, just like the Giants in the first 10, 12 games of the season, Indiana were over their skis last year, and they played. Indiana's schedule was hilarious. Okay, they got the softest of the soft Big Ten schedules, and then when they had to play a real opponent, Notre Dame gave them that work in that first playoff game, first on campus playoff game. So Indiana, no. OU, no. The hater in me wants A&M to crash and burn, but I think they have a little bit too much talent. So those are my two teams.
How far will LSU slide, Rod?
See,
I see it. I don't think they're gonna be.
Y'all been waiting on this, huh? Y'all been waiting to come at your boy Rod B.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Y'all been waiting to come at your boy Rod B. This is a big year for Brian Kelly.
Oh, he's getting fired. Like I'm counting that down.
If LSU does not, at minimum, LSU has to have a home playoff game.
Oh boy!
If that does not happen, Brian Kelly is in trouble. Particularly if this season looks like it did a couple of years ago and at times last year, where defensively couldn't stop a nosebleed. Okay, that's a problem. They can't stop anybody. So this is, I'm excited for the season, but LSU plays 7 of these top 25 teams on its schedule. That's an SEC schedule. That's a real ass schedule. It ain't no Big Ten schedule. That's a big boy schedule. So if it happens, it's going to be legit. Offensively, we're going to be good. Defensively, I just don't know. And our offensive line is kind of too. So
that guy, the dude fails up like in an unbelievable way. I just don't know how Brian Kelly got that job. I wouldn't have given him that gig. I thought it was a bad hire from jump, and I don't even know who else was available. I just know that I wouldn't have brought that dude in.
Well, here's the deal: Brian Kelly can coach. He can coach.
Head coach?
No, he can coach. He can coach. He can flat out coach. Problem is, don't nobody like him. don't nobody like him. And
you have to be a great coach to coach when people don't like you.
Exactly.
He's Bobby Knight.
I don't know if you've seen the show on Netflix where they're doing like they've done with Formula One and the quarterback and receiver series. They're following the SEC through its season last year, and he's a hard guy to root for, and boy, it seems to be that he's a hard guy to play for if you're a 20-year-old kid. Like they'll interview the LSU players and they'll say I don't want to some version of I don't want to mess up because I don't want coach yelling at me. And look, coaches can yell, they can raise their voices, but it's different now. And being all red in the face and yelling at kids constantly just really ain't the move. Not that you should go on the other side and pamper them completely. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. But he's just such an unlikable guy.
I find that people will let you yell at them, let you coach them hard, quote unquote, if they respect you.
Yeah, the Nick Saban. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The what's old boy down in Georgia, Kirby Smart.
Oh
now I'm picking examples of the best coach in college football right now, and Kirby Smart, and the greatest of all time, and Nick Saban. But they didn't pull any punches at all. They yelled, they screamed, but they got guys to play for him. I just don't. Brian Kelly just ain't that dude. So that's just a long-winded way of me saying, man, I'm excited for the season, but I know I'm going to be spending my Saturday afternoons and Saturday evenings yelling at the TV because I have a problem that I've allowed now for years. 18, 19, 22 to 23-year-old young men to determine my mood on Saturdays, and a coach that can coach, like I said, but isn't particularly a well-liked guy and a
Oh
guy
my
that you can get
God.
behind. So great, fantastic.
Yeah, I always question his leadership. I always question it. I feel like he's very quick to blame, and I just feel like sometimes when you're the coach, you just got to eat it. You just
Yeah, yeah. Well, here's something to get into.
Hmm.
Did you hear who said he wanted to get into college coaching?
Oh,
Your boy John Gruden.
I did hear that, and you know what? He'd be great as a college coach.
I think you're right, and I could
Pros-
see
pros
him getting a job here pretty soon, and really a job
not
that he
phenomenal.
could sink his teeth into. Ran across this a few hours ago. Speaking of John Gruden,
Hmm.
that the Supreme Court in Nevada has ruled in favor of John Gruden in his appeal against the NFL. It means that Gruden will get discovery in his day in court, alleging that Commissioner Roger Goodell and the NFL improperly leaked his emails that led to his firing as the Raiders head coach. Here's what's going to happen. There's no way that this is going to discovery and this is going to trial, because that would be bad for the NFL. So they are going to settle, and they are going to break John Gruden off a large amount of
Yeah.
money.
He's collecting himself a fatty. Trust me. He's
Yeah.
collecting a fat. I'm gonna tell you, dude. The one league that I never ever put collusion out of their reach is the NFL.
Hey,
I say it constantly. People think I'm crazy, but it's been proven time and time again. These dudes are constantly colluding. It is so fucking clear and obvious that they do it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I don't even like John Gruden, but I'm rooting for him to beat these motherfuckers.
you know, I used to stupidly think that you couldn't get 32 people to come together to collude without one of the entities or more looking out for their own selfish interests. It's like there's no way. There's no way. Then you have the story that came out, a few weeks ago where the NFL is colluded to, and I'm just sort of using, just easy to digest catch-all terms, colluded to keep salaries down and things of that nature. And like I said, I stupidly thought that they weren't capable of doing that. Of course they're capable of doing that. Of course that would be part of their MO. And
they've been caught doing it multiple times.
They've been caught doing it multiple times. And, the biggest, not threat of collusion, but the biggest accusation of collusion was against Shedeur Sanders, to have him fall in the draft to humble him.
I'm 100% believe it. 100% believe it. I don't know if it was to humble him, but I believe that they were like, nah, fuck this dude.
I don't not believe it. Let's put it that way. I don't not believe it. They are 100% capable of doing dumb shit like that.
I mean, they got busted with Colin Kaepernick. This is not new. They keep getting. The goofy part is they keep getting caught. They got caught. So much money that they can break somebody off. It's if you're the NFL. Of course, you're willing to take the chance because can't nobody hurt you. You are literally impervious to any pain caused by the loss of a collusion case. So why not do it?
That antitrust exemption that they have, and baseball has it too, makes them it makes them superheroes almost, or supervillains, really.
Absolutely.
Can't do anything to them. Can't do anything to them. So yeah, look at me. It's amazing how at my advancing age I can continue to be naive, and it's stupid. Yeah, it's stupid. You have to be a really dumb person, and in this instance, I am the dumb person I'm referring to think that NFL owners don't and wouldn't collude. Of course they would. Of course they do. They're doing it right now.
100%.
We don't know what they're doing, but trust me. they're
And
they're
if the
doing it right
NFL
now.
players had a stronger union, they could extract some paper out of these dudes. But they
Right about
don't.
that. You're right about that. You are
They
right.
only have themselves to blame.
Right about that. Let's get into some various miscellany.
Love it.
Some of it sports related, most of it absolutely nothing to do with sports. We will stay with sports. Let's go back a little bit to set up what I have. There's a young man who's going to Eastern Michigan University, and he has a very interesting name. His name is Noah Kaniga. I'm
Yeah.
not making this up.
No, you're not.
This
No,
is a
you're
video
not.
from a few weeks ago. The incoming freshman at Eastern Michigan University, and what seems to be a tradition at that school, are announced by the upper class football players. And here's what happened when it was Noah Kaniga's name that was announced.
Yeah.
All right, everybody's excited.
Yeah.
Even the black guys, everybody's excited because they got themselves a real Kaniga. Now,
Isn't Noah his middle name?
you're focusing on
Isaiah, right?
you're focusing on the wrong name. His name could be I'm that. His name could be real. His name could be Stop That Kaniga. Let's focus on the last name, Kaniga. And that K in Kaniga is like a load-bearing wall in a house. Okay,
it is saving lives at this point.
It is keeping everything above board. It's keeping it all intact. Because if that K was silent, it would be an issue. Now, so there you go. So,
if it wasn't silent, I would make people pronounce it. You ain't gonna get me out here looking crazy
with a hard K.
No.
So, in today's college football, for those who don't know, and this is a fairly new deal, that players can now make money off of their name, image, and likeness. You might hear the term NIL. Well, it's an acronym for those of you who don't know, and it stands for name, image, and likeness, which means as a college football player, you can literally make money off of your name. And Noah Kaniga is no different. He's gotten to the hat selling game, and Noah Kaniga is selling, and I'm not making this up. This is not AI. He's selling hats that say simply Kaniga.
Man.
I can't be mad at it.
He's trying to get a lot of white dudes beat up. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a lot of white dudes beat up. And don't do it. It's not safe.
I mean, capitalism, right? That's what you got right there. So,
my Lord.
There you go. I as someone who has way too many hats, I shouldn't, but I kind of want one. Want one.
But you know what? You can get it. I can get it. That's the irony of this whole thing. The white dude whose name it is cannot wear that in public.
So there you go.
He's taking the beating, and that's the best thing I've seen all day.
Oh man! So more than likely, the fashion accessory of the fall of the football season. Get your Kaniga.
Ooh, boy, you try to get some people. Man, homicide rate's about to rise.
Sweet. Anthony says that hat is going to get people hurt.
You're not lying.
So, yeah.
Oh my God, John Joseph takes Juan to know Juan.
So there you go.
Lord have mercy.
Get your Kaniga hat. There you go. All right. Marcus, you are our hot dog connoisseur.
Love them.
You are our glizzy gladiator.
Enjoy them.
And so anytime I come across a glizzy related video or picture, you are the first person I think of. And I ask you, Marcus, does this glizzy intrigue you? As you see here, we got
Oh my God.
this one just long ass hot dog.
What is this, like 50 feet?
It's about man, yo, dog. Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Your eye for hot dog measurement is unparalleled because yes, that is a 50 foot. That's a 50-foot hot dog, and you just like. So what is that? About a 50-footer? Yo, man, that's wow. That's a superpower. You can guess the length of a glizzy. That's crazy.
$5 foot long, baby. This is crazy.
So this is at Chicago White Sox game. They got nothing else going on because it's the White Sox, and they have introduced to the world a 50-foot hot dog. So I say to you, Marcus, once again, does this 50-foot glizzy intrigue you?
It is intriguing. Not gonna lie, it is intriguing. Bring that bad boy to the cookout, chop that bitch up.
Oh,
everybody get theirs.
You're saying chop it up. I imagine that you and a loved one would just start on each end and would just eat until you met in the middle and kissed like the dogs did in Lady and the Tramp. Right. Yeah. I didn't even think about cutting it up and sharing it with the people.
Nah, that's a little too much. That's a little too much. I don't
That's
know.
a lot of glizzy. That's a lot of
way too much.
That's a lot of length on that glizzy. So yo, man, y'all wilding in the comments.
It's ridiculous.
Anthony, what the girth? Tom says Marcus's meat gazing skills down to the foot.
Like a pro. I mean, Don, I'm looking at myself all the time. I should know measurements by now.
Hey, yo, whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait a minute.
Bro, really?
Easy now.
Some people go to the bathroom. I unfurl.
Wow, it's not even a Friday, and we are wilding right now. David Justice. David Justice,
bro. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man. We're just gonna drop this video here, and
come on, dude.
This brother.
It wasn't a lot of negative attention until I decided to leave her in 1996.
I should set this up. David Justice, why are we, and maybe I'm part of the problem, but why are dudes now so comfortable to get on podcasts and just start running their mouth in just a real, just bitchy, just gossipy kind of way? You're a grown man. Why are you talking about what you used to have with Halle Berry?
I had to emphasize that he broke up with her. This is crazy.
We get on these podcasts and we go out chatty Cathy. So anyway, this is David Justice talking about when he was married to Halle Berry and why it fell apart when it did.
You know, I remember Halle saying to me, hey, she asked me to marry her after knowing me for 5 months. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy. So in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean,
traditional,
and then I'm thinking, okay, if we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly. And then we start having issues.
Couple of things here. Nice hat. Did it come with a free bowl of soup? Secondly, she's a working actress.
Yeah,
she got time to cook and clean.
Yeah.
Get a maid. You got money? Get a maid. What are we doing? Thirdly, and David Justice, want you to look here at me. You keep Halle Berry's name out your mouth.
I was ready to go full Will Smith.
Understand?
keep her name out your
You
mouth.
keep
bro.
that queen's name out your mouth.
By the
Understand?
way, went on to have 2 other kids, so clearly she's some mom material for somebody.
Yeah. You didn't have to do all that talking, bro. You know, real
Nobody asked him this.
men, A, don't wear that hat. Unironically. B, you just talk about your relationship now. You got a wife, you got kids. Talk about her. Big your wife up now instead of downing your ex-wife from back in the day.
Bruh, listen. You ain't marrying Halle Berry because you wanted to be the mother of your children, brother.
Thank you.
What are we talking about? What are you talking about here? What kind of nonsense are you talking? Get out of here, bro. Halle Berry asked you to marry her? What? She was definitely crazy.
He's doing a lot of talking.
I mean, what are we talking about?
We as
the point that he broke up with her, that she asked him to marry her. He had to make that whole point. Didn't nobody ask you about Halle Berry, bro?
Did I ever tell you, and I'm sure I haven't, that I saw David Justice and Halle Berry rollerblading down the beach in Santa Monica back in '95. I was walking down the beach of Santa Monica with some friends, and coming towards me he was on a bike, she was on rollerblades, and coming towards her, David Justice and Halle Berry.
Sorry,
look pretty happy.
I don't think that's a flex, DJ.
What was that? What did DJ say? Let me see if I can find it. Oh no. So yeah, there you go, David Justice. Nice hat. Good job, buddy. Yeah, definitely
loser. You are so on the money, Rod. Like you
loser stuff.
I like you one of the Real Housewives gossiping like this.
Yeah, it's just I would big up my current wife instead of talking about my ex-wife.
Preach.
Just seems pretty simple. And I don't know who that was in the background. It sounded like old boy that was going to fight Derek Fisher. But when David Justice is like, she didn't cook, she didn't clean, she wasn't traditional. Like, man, come on, dog.
Who cares?
Come on, bro.
You got millions. You don't need nobody to cook and clean.
Just a bunch of light-skinned dudes, Aaron grievances right there. So there you go. Let's do on this date, shall we? On this date, August 11th, huge day in music history, because on this date in 1973, what has been widely agreed upon as the official date of birth of hip-hop. The great DJ Kool Herc, DJ'd a back-to-school party in the Bronx at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue, and again, that has been widely agreed upon by hip hop heads of note that this was the official birth of hip hop. Now, Kool Herc is widely credited with being the first DJ to recognize what a breakbeat is, extend the song, have people dance, and then eventually, over the next couple of years of doing that, guys started rapping over the extended break beats. So that's why, again, DJ Kool Herc and this back-to-school party at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx on August 11, 1973, putting those elements together with DJ Kool Herc. That's why today is officially recognized as the day that hip-hop was born, 52 years ago today.
Love it. That's amazing. I love seeing stuff like that too.
I'll move this banner so you can see. And by the way, his sister is the one who made this flyer. I forget her name.
Oh, is that right?
Kool Herc's sister. His name is Clive Campbell. I think her name is Cindy Campbell. I don't know why that pops into my head. But Kool Herc's sister is responsible for this flyer. And I mean, listen, we probably would have eventually still recognized this party and today as hip hop's birth. But the fact that this flyer was preserved
Yeah.
and is out there is pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Very, very cool. I love to see it, man. I love to see stuff like
I
that.
love the time, 9 at night till 4 in the morning. That's
what's
some
up.
that's some New York shit there for
That's
you.
definitely a New York party.
25 cents for the ladies, 50 cents for
Wow.
for the fellas. I saw somebody adjust it for inflation and what that would be in today's prices. I forget who it was. Oh, it was a comedian, really funny guy. Name is Rob Hayes.
Oh, Hayes.
Haze. Yeah, really funny guy. Good follow on Twitter. He adjusted it for inflation or ran it through an inflation adjuster calculator, and it would be $3.60 some odd cents today to get into the back to school jam at today's prices. We stay on the hip hop tip. Last week we told you about Yo MTV Raps, the most important television show in rap history, one of the most important pieces of media in rap history. That came online last week in 1988. Well, a year later, or year or so later, I might not have it. Let's see if I can find it here. A year or so later. Oh yeah, I do have it. Rap City from BET hit the airwaves on this date.
Oh wow!
In 1989. So a year later,
Wow.
BET, after Yo MTV Raps hit the air, BET did their own version with Rap City on this date in 1989.
Yeah, it's funny, the irony of BET starting Rap City after Yo MTV Raps, because at that time there was just as much, if not more, backlash to hip hop in the black community than there was in the white community. So it's really funny that the irony is that this white network took this black music and gave it a national platform before the black network did.
And the white network and MTV that 5 years earlier had to literally be bullied into playing black artist videos.
Yep. These are facts, Rod Brooks. Michael Jackson and Prince got Negroes on the air at MTV. Craziness.
Rap City debuted on this day in 1989, and also on this day in 1989, nothing to celebrate. One of the great talents of all time passed away on this date in 2014. Robin Williams passed away on August 11th, 2014.
Man. Sad. I was in an airport coming home from New Orleans, 2014, when Robin Williams died, and the news was everywhere in the airport, and it's all anybody in the airport would talk about. Really sad.
Yeah, it was sad. He took his own life, unfortunately. Was going through some mental issues, and it hit you hard when you heard it, and then when you thought about it, you're like, yeah, that tracks. Unfortunately, it's that sort of old trope of the sad clown makes everyone laugh, but that clown is just absolutely dying on the inside. And Robin Williams, and what I'm about to say I don't think is crazy, wild, and controversial. As funny as Robin Williams was, as a dramatic actor, from my point of view,
it was great.
He was a better dramatic actor than he was a comedian or comedic actor. And he was a great comedic actor.
Yeah. It is not surprising when a comedic actor is a great dramatic actor. It's much more of a surprise when a great dramatic actor
can do comedy.
It's much more of a surprise.
Yeah.
Because it's much harder to do comedy.
Yeah. So,
but John Joseph, we know about Blowfly, bro.
Of course we know about Blowfly.
You're not telling the black people on the show anything that they didn't already know about.
We know who Blowfly is. We listen, and we shouldn't have known about Blowfly. When we found out about Blowfly. Okay, there's no way that I should have been listening to Blowfly at 8, 9 years old, but I did. but I did. I learned some things that I should not. Yes, he was rapping some dirty, dirty stuff
Yeah.
in 1973. So, yeah, Robin Williams definitely making kids laugh and smile. What was that? Was that movie? Was it Patch Adams? Yeah, it was Patch Adams. I'm thinking
Patch
of.
Adams.
Yeah. No, he
I
was
forgot about Patch Adams.
so good as a dramatic actor. Like I said, I think he was a better dramatic actor than he was a comedian or a comedic actor. So there you go. That's what happened on this date, August 11th.
You know, you bring that up. It really, when you think about it, it really is a long history of comedic actors being great dramatic actors. Robin Williams, you think Jim Carrey, you think Eddie Murphy,
Well,
Richard Pryor, great dramatic actor. You think about
Yep.
all these, even back Jerry Lewis was a great dramatic actor. It's wild how talented comedians and comedic actors are, because Will Ferrell is a really good dramatic actor.
yeah, John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you try to get Robert De Niro doing comedy, it don't usually work out that well. It
Nah.
don't work out that well.
Nah, I mean, what is well, you know, what's the one? Is he in the movie with Charles Grodin? Is he in Midnight Run?
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
he'd be funny in Midnight Run. I'll give it
He's
that.
a straight guy, though.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He's
Yeah,
a straight
okay.
guy.
Yeah, that's a good
Even
point.
in Meet the Fockers, he's
That's a good
still a
point.
straight guy.
That is a good point. We always end the show with the best thing I saw today, and the best thing I saw today is this. I'll set it up here. An off-duty, not an off-duty, but a New York City police officer is doing security duty. I
Okay.
said duty at
Giggity.
tonight's Twins Yankees game. And this officer here is making sure that he is seeing everything that is going on around him. So here we go. You see that? You see that? Did you see that? Okay, I'll run it back again. I want you to watch this.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Sean.
Please tell me you see this police officer checking out this lady's backfield as she walks by, and look at the lecherous look on his face.
Yeah, dude, put that tongue back in.
Okay, so you know what though? Now that we have the still shot here, he's already checking her out as she's coming at him, because you look where his eyes are pointed.
Oh yeah,
pointed down, and as she goes by, he
starting
is
from the top, work his way down.
he is
Yep.
just
Yep. Yep.
when he goes back for the second look.
Starting from the top, work his way down.
My man say, I am on duty to look at that booty. Look at this dude's face.
Don't make it so obvious, bro.
It's Officer McFeely over here. Look at this guy. That's the best thing I saw today. Serve, protect, and stare at some behind. So there you go.
I wanted to find this video for the best thing I saw today. It was a clip of Shedeur Sanders confronting a Cleveland sports talk radio host over his and by the way, I watched some of the stuff of this particular radio show host. You know, sometimes it just seems that certain hosts just gotta be in their body over particular players. And this dude ain't had nothing good to say about Shedeur. And so Shedeur Sanders walked up to him and just said, "Man, are you ever gonna say anything good about me?" Which I thought was pretty classy way to confront somebody. He laughed about it, but he made his point, like, man, basically why you always talk about me. And I don't know if I would ever be that controlled about something like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those situations where if you do the opposite, even if he had legit reason to do the opposite, which is to come at old boy real heavy, the columnist real heavy, would have whatever message he was trying to get across would have been lost in the old angry black man trope.
That's
so
right.
was if you're gonna say something, spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down, if you will.
They with a smile on your face. And we've seen what his daddy has done with people he don't like in the media.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
well,
so
dump buckets of water on their head like
yeah,
they did with Sidney
so
Carver. Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
he play Shador is playing this whole situation perfectly.
Yeah, but the problem is again, he's playing for the Browns. And
Yeah.
I said this last week, I said this on Friday, that he's going to play. He's going to start. I don't think it's going to happen at the beginning of the season, but I promise you, Shador
Somewhere.
Sanders is not only going to start at some point this season for the Browns, I think he's going to have the most starts out of all the quarterbacks they got. And they got what?
Wow.
Half a dozen of them, it seems like.
Yeah. They
So,
got plenty.
There's no doubt that Shador Sanders is going to play. Anthony, another comedian that could act, Bernie Mac, very
Bernie
good. And you
Mac.
know what? Adam Sandler, who, and I'm
Adam
not making this up,
Sandler.
has never made me laugh. But I've seen some dramatic stuff or non-goofy comedy stuff that Adam Sandler has done. Like, you know what? He can act.
I can't remember the name of the one he did with Don Cheadle, and he played I want to say he played a vet or maybe a firefighter who had PTSD in 9/11. It was a really, really good movie. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I'm like, okay, this dude is good. And of course, everybody talks about Punch Drunk Love, which he was really good into.
John Joseph bringing up a good dramatic role by Robin Williams. Insomnia. It's a very good movie.
Creepy.
It's very creepy, but a very,
Creepy.
very good movie. Escobar NY has gawking cops.
Y'all are crazy, man.
Oh man, no, the comments have been absolutely on fire. You guys are best, and that's exactly what we wanted when we started this thing. So have you guys form a community, get in the comments, and absolutely mix it up. We love that you're enjoying what we're doing as much as we enjoy doing it. Let's go ahead and get out of here, and we do that by telling you once again that HopMonk.com is where you need to go to find out all things Hop Monk. 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. Great diverse menu, great food from that menu, fantastic craft beer selection, and a wide array of live entertainment at all 3 venues. So make sure you check them out online at hopmonk.com and see what they have coming up live music-wise. Follow them on all the socials. Oh, and also, because I'm really, really bad at doing this, make sure you follow Quality Hang on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes.
Do that. And also, if you're watching us on Twitter, which is where we get our most viewers, oddly enough, go to Quality Hang on YouTube and subscribe and like. You can continue to watch however you want to watch it. You can continue to watch it on Twitter. But if you are watching us on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, do us a solid. Find us on YouTube at Quality Hang, like and subscribe on YouTube. But do us that solid, please. But Facebook, Instagram, follow us on those 2 platforms if you don't mind. We would greatly appreciate that. I know we've slacked in doing that over the last few weeks, Marcus.
Absolutely. We need 42 more followers on the Facebook page.
That's light work. Come on.
42 of y'all so we can start broadcasting on Facebook. So go there.
Light work. All right, everybody. Enjoy your evening. Real quick Giants update. It ain't a good one. Padres 4, Giants 1, bottom of the 9th. Maybe, just maybe, there's some magic at the corner of 3rd and King. But if this score stays the way it is, the Giants will lose ground in the wild card race and also be under 500. All right, guys, we will talk to you on Wednesday at 8 o'clock per usual, and be good. And be good at it. We'll see you.